Hi, this is Drew from skinnyartist.com, and welcome to the first video in our series that will hopefully answer some questions and give you the information that you'll need to build a website that you can be proud of. Okay, so first of all, let's be honest. Does your current website suck? Do you suffer from website shame and embarrassment? Do you sometimes avoid telling people where they can find your website because you haven't updated it in over 6 months? Does it seem sometimes that everyone else online has these really cool websites while you're stuck with the same site that your college roommate made for you back in 2008? You know that you should be updating your website more often, but you just don't have the time and the energy to do it right now. I understand that. Or maybe you don't even have a website yet. Maybe you've been thinking about getting one, but you just don't know where to start. So what do you do? Well, if you're like the rest of us, you'd probably start by signing up for a free website at places like Tumblr or Blogger. Maybe you open a YouTube video channel or set up an account with Twitter. So, isn't that enough? Well, in order to really answer that question, we need to back up and look at some of the reasons why we would want to have a website in the first place. It's been said that in order to build your reputation online, you really need to have at least 3 things. You need to have time, that is, how long you've been online. You need to have useful content that people actually want to read, and you need to have incoming links, which are kind of like online proof that you're cool and you know what you're talking about. Now, of course, these aren't the only things that you'll need to have, but these are the essential building blocks of your online reputation, both with search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing, and real life people. Now, as far as the idea of time goes, obviously there's not a whole lot you can do about it. There's an old saying that the best time to plant a tree is 10 years ago. Well, it turns out that the best time to start your website was 10 years ago as well, but the second best time to do it is right now. So that leaves us with useful content and incoming links. One of these things we can control, and the other one we really can't do a whole lot about. So the one thing we can control in this entire process is our ability to create entertaining and useful content on our websites that other people are interested in reading. Turns out that there's a catch though, because it matters where you're going to put all this content as well. Say for example, you're just getting started online. You open an account on Tumblr, you start a blog on Blogger, you get some videos up on YouTube, you even open up an account with Facebook and Twitter, and you start putting out your content. You start writing posts, you start loading images, you start making a conversation and getting involved with other people online. And over time you start meeting people and they think you're pretty cool, so they start linking to your websites. And you feel like you're really meeting some cool people and you feel like you're really building your online reputation. But are you really? If you look back at our graph here, we can see that when these people link to you, they're linking to your Tumblr site and your Blogger site. Maybe they're linking to your YouTube account. And they're linking to these companies that really aren't yours. And if you ever want to see who's getting the benefit of these links, you have to look to the left of the .com. These are the companies that are getting the benefits of your content and your hard work. Tumblr, Facebook, Flickr, Blogger. The reason why they give you these free accounts in the first place is because they know that people will link to them. You provide them with free content and they get the benefit. In other words, you're doing all the work and they're getting all of the benefits. Okay, so what's the big deal? I mean, does it really matter who owns the website or where the links are going to, as long as people are seeing and reading and enjoying your stuff? Well, if you think about it for a minute, what happens when Yahoo doesn't want to keep paying for all those free Flickr photo stream accounts? Or maybe Google gets tired of hosting all of your hilarious cat videos on YouTube for free? What if one day they suddenly decide to go in another direction and sell off these websites to someone like Donald Trump, who probably isn't going to give you away anything for free? Or maybe what happens when the next big thing comes along and Facebook or Twitter suddenly become a ghost town. If you think it can happen, when's the last time you checked your AOL account? Or logged into your MySpace account? Do you remember how popular MySpace was before Facebook came along? Now it's not so much. I probably don't have to tell you that things change quickly online, and today's Facebook might become tomorrow's Whatever Happened to television special. Then again, even if these websites don't ever sell out or they don't go out of business, when it comes down to it, you have to understand that they can still do whatever they want with your content, not because they're some evil corporation, but just because it's their website. I mean, you can call it your website, but in the end, it's really not, because they can take it away from you. They own the website. They control it. And someday, if they suddenly decide they don't like you anymore, they can kick you off of it. It's kind of like if you were crashing at a friend's house. The situation might work out great until maybe that friend gets married or just decides that it's time for you to move on, and then you're out of luck. Now, does that mean that you should abandon your Tumblr blog or shut down your Twitter account? Well, not really. It just means that you may want to have a place of your own as well. Get your own domain, get your own website that you own and that you control. If we look back of it, when you have your own website, you can still have your Flickr photo stream, you can still have your Etsy store, you can still have your YouTube channel, and you will link out to these from your website. But when you start attracting other people and you start connecting with other people, they're going to link to your website, and you are going to get the benefits of those links. It's kind of like you're investing in your own property. You're no longer a renter, you're a buyer, and you will be the one that getting the benefits from those incoming links. And slowly over time, you can build up your equity. Now, sure, renting an apartment or hosting your website on someone else's website is easier and can be cheaper as well. But you have to remember that no matter what you do to fix it up, it will still be their place. And as soon as you leave or you're asked to leave, you're not going to have anything to show for all of your hard work. Now, is getting your own website scary, difficult, expensive? Not really. But there are a few things that you need to know before you get started. So in this next video, we're going to be talking about how to start by choosing a web domain that doesn't suck or one that isn't going to cause you more problems down the road. We'll see you there.